Alright, hey everyone, it's Elena, and I have good news today. So, ever since my transgendered video, I mentioned how I wanted to get on hormones, and after that, I made a video about hormones from a garage, and I mentioned how my doctor didn't know what hormones were and stuff, and I wanted to say something real quick. I was like determined for these hormones. I did whatever it had to take to get these pills, and I finally got him. And I want to mention how I was able to do that in this video too, rather than just saying, "Oh, I got them," and like end the video. So rather than making two videos talking about how I got them, I'm just gonna explain it here. I went back to my doctor and I talked to her carefully one more time, and I was like, I really want to get these pills, and I like printed out all these pages of papers, and that showed how determined I was. I went to school and I printed out all these like records and papers about like hormones and everything, and I was like, here, read this. So after that, she was like, oh, this is what you wanted, okay. And then after that, she was like, okay, I'm going to reassign you to an endocrinologist right now. And then, so she signed me to an endocrinologist. And then later, 1 week later, that endocrinologist approved of my, like, review or something or whatever. They approved of me. And then later, I called and I was like, hey, can I make an appointment with this doctor? Because they also gave me my doctor, too. And then they were like, yeah, sure. The waiting list is a really long time, so we'll try to get to you as soon as possible. Literally the next day, I got the appointment. So after I got the appointment, it was like super quick. They're like, okay, if we got you a day, which is this day, and if you can't make it, we might have to put you back in the waiting list for another 4 months. And I was like, oh, hell no, I'm there. So I show up, I bring my mom and my dad. Yes, my dad. I know, crazy, right? I mean, this is a man who didn't let me wear a dress to my graduation at my hormones doctor appointment. So it was all good. He sat there, supportive. So did my mom. My sister was at home sleeping. So basically, after that, it was just that. And then I made the appointment. He went in, asked me some questions here and there. And my endocrinologist was super nice. And I loved him so much. I am not going to switch doctors ever. Ever. So after, a few sessions of talking and whatnot, he was like, I really he was like, I can prescribe the hormones today if you want, but like, I really want you to make an appointment to go see a therapist. And I was like, oh no, it's a therapist again. Because I've heard so many stories about you having to see a therapist first. I was like, ugh, just pop them pills already. But he was like, I want you to pinky promise me that you'll make at least one appointment. So I was like, okay, fine. I'll pinky promise you to one appointment. So I did make that appointment already. So I'm going to be seeing a therapist soon. And then after that, he was like, okay, what pharmacist do you want? Do you want CVS, Walgreens? You know what I said? With no hesitation, I said Walmart. Because honestly, what better way? Because Walmart is like known to be like the most cheapest version of everything, ghetto everything. And like, rather than hearing all these girls like, oh, I'm gonna go CVS to pick up my pills, I'm gonna go Walgreens to pick up my pills, I fucking said, I want to be that bitch that says, oh, I'm about to go Walmart to pick up my womanhood. So that's why I chose Walmart. And I mean, Walmart's just like, you can shop around while get your pills. CVS and Walgreens ain't got nothing in there. And Target is boring. Although Target is a lot more prettier. But anyways, I was like, yes, let's do fucking Walmart. I'm down for Walmart. Yes, Walmart. So, they sent home some paperwork. I had to sign the paperwork and, go over them with my mom and everything. And then later, I sent them in by email, but he was out on vacation for a week. So I had to wait like a week for him to come back to get to me. After he came back from his vacation or his break, he called my mom and he was like, oh, did you sign the paperwork? I want to make sure. And she was like, yeah. And he was like, okay, great. I'll like send in the prescription to Walmart right now. And then on that day, I went back and I picked up my pills, but here's the catch. Only spironolactone was available. And for those who don't know, Spiral is testosterone blockers. So that's that. And then they were like, your doctor needs to call again for the estrogen or whatever. And I was like, okay. So I waited a couple of days. Like literally I called every day. I was like, did he call yet? No. Is my estrogen ready? No. Okay. Is it ready now? I swear I called so much, the pharmacist lady was so annoyed of me. Anyway, so after that, it was 3 more days later, and then I called them. They were like, they were still weren't there. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna call my doctor right now. So I called my doctor. He didn't pick up, but the front lady office lady did. And I was like telling her like, please like call Walmart, let them know what's up. And they're like, oh yeah, sure, okay, yeah, that's great, yeah, sure, we'll call them right now. Later that I called Walmart, which was today. This happened today. Today I called the office and I was like, can you please call Walmart like now? And then I called Walmart and they were like, yep, your order's ready. And I was like, yes. So with my excitement, after waiting for 3 days, I came back and then I picked up my pills and I was like, here you go. Can I get this? Can I get this? And they were like, oh, we can't give it to you. I was like, what? And then they were like, you need an adult with you. You're underage. And I was like, after waiting for so long, you dare tell me you won't give me my pills because I'm underage? I mean, that seems kind of reasonable because kids now need to be popping pills to overdose and die and shit. So I had to go home and then wait for my mother, and then she drove me there and bam, I got my pills. And I picked them up today and I was just like, yes, womanhood starts today. And I love that I got them today because it's like the 31st, so it's basically kind of like the first of the month. So I can just like go back for a refill at the beginning of every month rather than having to start in like the middle of the month and like everything's fucked up. So I just know like, okay, I'm on a new month on the first month. So the August 31st is basically the first month of July 31st. July 31st. I said August 31st. Why? It's July. It comes like this. You got one big pill, this is Spiral, and you got the tiny one, which is estrogen. And I'm going to take them both at once, and I'm going to take them at night. The reason why I'm taking them at night is because if you're taking them at night, it's like if you were to have any headaches, you wouldn't even feel them because you'd be asleep. So that's why I chose to just take it at night, every night at 9 o'clock. I'm usually in bed by then. But before I take these pills, I honestly want to give a huge thank you to Eden the doll. Because honestly, if it wasn't for Eden, I wouldn't be in this position that I am today. Because all of this is because of her. Before I met Eden, I wanted hormones, but I was just really like, like I didn't want them as bad. Until Eden DM'd me one day on Instagram, and she was just like saying like all these things. She was trying to help me out so much, and I was like, that's so great. And she was like, I can hang out with you if you want. If you have any questions, I'm all down for it. And I was just like, okay, yeah. We met up and we had like a day where we just like talked about hormones and everything. And then that day we actually clicked and we were so good. And then ever since then we just kept hanging out and became out. And before you know it, we were like literally made for each other. And so because Eden was already on hormones, she was basically guiding me through these things. And she guided me through step 1, step 2. Like I was texting Eden while I was in my endocrinologist appointment with my doctor. She told me the things to say. She told me like what to do. And she basically was helping me. She told me so much I didn't know. And she really pushed me to getting them. And that's what I needed the most. Because before I was just like, oh, screw it. I'll do them like a few more. I'll do them tomorrow. And I just kept putting them off. But when I met Eden, she like really pushed me. She was like, no, do you want it? Like you have to want it bad enough. And she was like really like determined for me to get on these pills because she wanted the best for me. She knew these pills were going to be like the start of my life. So because of Eden, I'm in the position that I am today. And I honestly am so grateful I met Eden because if it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't even get these pills in my hand right now. And it makes me so happy to know that there's someone out there who cared for me that much. And who was like now someone who like means so much to me, which is Eden. And that's why I love Eden so much. Like words can't explain how grateful I am that I met Eden because she taught me so much. She brought me to where I am today. And literally like this goes out to her. And I'm just so happy that I had someone like Eden to guide me through these things. So big round of applause for Eden. Big virtual group hug for Eden because like she's just so amazing. Like she cared so much for me and she brought me to this like very step, and this is like the end of it. This is where Eden goes, you've made it. Like Eden, I did it. Like I did it. Like I did it. And so today we're going to give a toast to Eden. One, for being the amazing person she is. Two, for helping me through all this. And I honestly can't ask for a better friend than Eden. So thank you so much, Eden. Because of you, I have these 2 pills in my hand. Let's make a toast to Eden for bringing me to where I am today. A toast to different changes for you and I. So I take these pills and I am thankful so much for you guys and for Eden, and let the change begin. Bye, guys.